Welcome to the Ricor Gaming channel. This is my review of the Black Ops Cold War beta. I've been playing the beta for a few days now on PC, and overall I've been having quite a lot of fun with it, though I do think there is some problems with the game. One of the first things I found hard to get used to was it looked a bit flat graphically. I don't know what it is. I don't know if when comparing it to Modern Warfare, the colour palette or the textures, something just doesn't look as realistic as what Modern Warfare does. Also, graphically, I've noticed like some textures have like a weird mesh over them, and there's the LOD popping in some places is really bad. Like things that are only a few feet in front of you will just pop in and out of you, and it's very off-putting. So I've been running the game on my RTX 2080 Ti, and overall the performance has been quite good. I've been hitting a rock solid-ish 120 FPS on high settings. When I did first load the game, I wasn't getting as I was getting about 90 frames a second in some of the maps, but once I downloaded the latest NVIDIA drivers, the performance improved a lot. How I'm been running the game is how I think it will run on the next generation consoles, and in some ways, I think it's a bit disappointing. It doesn't quite feel like a next generation game. It just feels like a well optimized current generation game, pushing current generation. I don't think it's really taken advantage of what the next generation will offer, though this is the beta. It doesn't have ray tracing in, so things could change for the final release, which I'm hoping it will do. Comparing it again back to Modern Warfare, another thing that I think's a bit not as good in this game is like the animations of like the gunfire. I don't know if they haven't been able to take as much time animating things. It just doesn't seem quite as polished, like the animation. That's just another thing that I've noticed. The game is a lot more slidey, and what I mean by that is like people slide and shoot a lot more in this game. It's not going a bit more back to like advanced movements, even though you're not jumping about or anything. I do find people are running and sliding a lot more in this game, and I also think the way the maps are, they took me a bit to get used to the maps, because but overall I think the maps are actually very good, except for there's lots of places for people to hide around corners and hide behind walls and benches and cars and things like that. But they are good. The maps quite fun. The guns quite quite fun. What you'd expect with a Black Ops game. Like most of the Treyarch Call of Duty games, you do seem to get like bullet bending. What I mean by that is a lot of the Treyarch Call of Duties, like you'll be shooting someone and it looks like they've ran behind colour, and you're shooting them through a wall and you still end up killing them. And even though it was a brick wall, you could understand if it was like a wooden wall. Yes, the bullets would still penetrate. It's just seems to be like, I don't know if it's lag or anything. It's just you think you shouldn't have killed him, and you end up getting the kill anyway. And the same thing happens the other way around to you. It's like you think you've managed to like run behind cover, but they still manage to kill you even though you're now behind cover. That's just another thing as well. I think with the Treyarch games, I don't think it was as bad in Modern Warfare, and I think I'm sounding a bit like a Modern Warfare fanboy. Another thing I don't like is that the kill streaks are score streaks, so they don't reset, which means that as the game progresses, more and more people are just building up for their most powerful kill streaks. So by the end of the game, there's just like lots of helicopters in the sky and people just like hiding in buildings. And to me, it takes the fun and skill out of it a bit. I'd rather it be a kill streak that resets on death. So if someone has put a helicopter in the sky, you think, well, yeah, they must have deserved to get that up there. Whereas like all you gotta do is just run around and kill people, and even if you die, you can have a really low kill death ratio, but as long as you're killing people, you'll still get the kill streaks, which takes some of the skill out of it, I think. The guns in the beta did seem a bit limited. There was only so many you could unlock, and I was hoping to relive some of my youth and my Black Ops 1 days and run around with the FAMAS mowing people down. But it's the guns that they did have was they were fun, good to shoot, but missed some of the guns from the original Black Ops that I loved. And the original Black Ops was like one of my favourite Call of Duties ever. And at the time it was like kind of a bit revolutionary, even on the back of coming off of the was it Modern Warfare 2? It was such a good game, such a good campaign, and it was one of the first Call of Duties I actually got into. I don't feel this game has the same magic as what the original Black Ops game does. It doesn't have the same spark, and the maps that you had in the original, you had the classic Nuketown firing range. The sad thing is that these maps have now been remade to death over and over again. That I'm glad they've created new maps for this game. Hopefully they'll keep those maps out of it. I don't want another Nuketown playlist going out match after match after match in Nuketown. I think Nuketown's had its day. Seems to be quite negative with my comments about this game, but one thing that is strongly in its favour is it is a fun game to play. You can pick it up, whether you want to play for hours or just have a quick 10-minute blast, you will have fun. You might die a lot, like me, because even though I played Call of Duty for many, many years now, I'll put my hand up, I'm not the best Call of Duty player, but it's a fun game. It's still got the Call of Duty, I wouldn't say magic or formula, but it feels like formula. It feels like a Call of Duty game. It looks like a Call of Duty game. It plays like a Call of Duty game. And what else do you want with Call of Duty? I personally, though, would like to see Activision stop pushing for the yearly releases of Call of Duty. This game feels like it could easily be an expansion to Modern Warfare, a paid expansion, maybe not quite the price of a full game, slightly less. It just means that the developers aren't developing new assets, tweaking the game engine. They can just concentrate on a campaign and new guns, new gun models, new gun balance, gun variation. It just doesn't seem to be adding much more new to the table that you'd expect from a new game, if you know what I mean. It's just some improvements over the last game, some changes over the last game. Some things it doesn't do as well as the last game, but there's nothing really that new to it. So yeah, this is why I think they should go down major releases every 2 to 3 years, and then every year have a Call of Duty expansion. I think that would make a lot more sense, and I think you'd see a lot more jump graphically, physics, because they'll have more. You can have a core team working on the newer, the next actual release for a lot longer time, and not have Activision pushing them to put these yearly releases, which I think is hurting the game in the long run. Do I think I'm gonna buy this game day one? It is fun, but at the same time, I don't think it's offering me much over Modern Warfare. If the Modern Warfare community is still alive after this game is released, it'll be hard to think why I should move over to Black Ops Cold War. What is the incentive? I'm not a big campaign player anymore. I'll usually get a Call of Duty game, hammer the multiplayer for a bit, get bored of it, go back to playing Destiny, and then maybe a few months later think, oh yeah, let's give the campaign a go and hammer that over a few nights. And I can see this being the same thing. I'm hoping it's as good as, on the same level as what the Black Ops 1's campaign was, which is one of my favourite campaigns. But over the years, the campaigns haven't been my main focus. Might change it. Hopefully it does. Just quickly going back to what I was saying about, I don't think this is a next generation game, and that's why I think it's very scummy that Activision are charging an extra $5 or £5 to get the next gen upgrade bundle. I can't see what you're actually going to get for that extra money, other than maybe a resolution bump. As I said, I've been running this on my maxed out PC settings on my RTX 2080 Ti, and which I think is going to be on par what the next consoles are going to bring, and they're going to charge another $5 or £5 for that. That doesn't make sense to me, and that is just Activision greed. So to wrap this up, let's say, what is my final verdict of this beta? It is a beta, so a lot could change on release, but in its current form, it's a fun game. It's a Call of Duty game. It's not offering much over last year's effort. It's still very fun. It has a lot of graphical issues with popping and weird textures and weird animations, but it's still a fun Call of Duty game. It'll still have a massive player base. It'll still have people playing day in, day out. So, well, if I was to score this beta out of 10, this is not what I'm scoring the full game. If I was to score the beta, I'd give it a 6.5, 7. A bit reluctant to give it a 7, but it's almost there. It's almost a solid 7, and I think that's where I'll leave the review for now, and I hope the final release adds more to the game, and I can revisit that review and maybe score it higher. Thank you very much for listening and watching my very bad gameplay in the background, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.